Hello and welcome, everybody. We are here to the first episode of Talks with Taylor. I'm your host, Murcielago del Dotto, the voice of Oak Ridge Trojan Sports as the VP of Sports Broadcasting for TPSM. And I'm joined here by the man, the myth, the legend, head football coach for the Oak Ridge Trojans, Casey Taylor. Coach, how we doing today?
Good, man. Thanks for having me, Merce. I appreciate it.
Of course. Hey, let's get right into it. Just came off of practice, fresh off of practice on Wednesday. Friday is Lincoln and Stockton scrimmage. How we feeling about Friday?
I'm feeling good. We had a real good inter-squad scrimmage on Friday. Got it out of there healthy. Got some good work in. Got about 80 plays in, which we were hoping to get. We played a real good Lincoln and Stockton team on Friday. We played them last year and had a real good game. They're really fast. They're athletic, and they got some couple scholarship athletes. So I think we got our hands cut out for us on Friday. But, it's been a long time. We haven't really gone against anybody since the summer, since 7-on-7. So I think our guys are ready to get going and hit somebody else. Thought we've had a good week of practice. It's always warm these first couple weeks, so it's hard to get going. But we put in the work, and now here comes the scrimmage, and the season starts next week. So we're looking forward to a great scrimmage on Friday versus Lincoln and Stockton, and hopefully get out of there healthy and get a good start to the new season.
Hey, I love it. Yeah, and you talked about Tahoe camp in the summer. You're playing Del Oro, you're playing local teams from here. How does that work out? Because you take a few week break, and it hits hard on the boys. How does the Tahoe camp help out?
Oh, it was great. All spring we have AAU, so we have we try to do, besides lifting all year, we do a lot of AAU 7-on-7. We go to some we host 4-team little tournaments, and we love the Tahoe camp because it's the end in June, so we have a way to finish off the summer and the lifting, and there's about 14 teams up there, and there's little tournaments and things like that. But it's a chance for us to get together, do some team bonding, have a lot of football, a lot of 7-on-7, work on our plays, and then we get a little break in July, and then coming back, kind of grinding, getting ready for the season. So yeah, I think it's all, we really break it down into the spring, kind of the summer, and this is kind of the preseason right now, and now I'm coming to the most important part, which is the season.
Hey, I love it, and how could you not love Tahoe? The weather's beautiful out there. Yeah. All right, so talking about preseason, obviously we got Lincoln and Stockton. How important is that for the boys? And, are we going to see starters on Friday? How's the rotation going to be like?
Yeah, we do it a little different than some people. We do it just like a game. So we kind of we want to keep it as close to the game for a lot of different reasons. A lot of it's all the players kind of getting simulated a game, but it's also for the coaches, for us communicating, as far as our headset gear, all of our equipment. And, we'll play the first half pretty much like we would a normal game, rotate guys in, and then we kind of always evaluate with the other team at halftime what we want to do. But obviously want to get everybody in, but we really want to try to get a real good 2 quarters or a half in with the clock, the timing, just the whole setting with special teams, and rotating guys in and out, and just try to eliminate all the little mistakes and all the logistic things that might happen the week later. We want to get them out of the way this week.
I love that answer, and I'm super excited. I'm going with you to Friday, so that's super exciting. Getting into, following that, obviously we got Argyle, Texas. Big week 1 versus the Eagles. How does traveling, because you've gone to Chattanooga in the past, you go to SoCal before the league starts. How is traveling to go play those higher level teams? How does that help out, before playing the SFL, which, is one of the best?
That's one of the reasons why we do. We play in a real tough league. There's a couple reasons. We have a hard time finding games locally. A lot of teams don't want to play for various reasons, I guess. So we have opportunities to play good teams. We really want to play. We want to measure ourselves in the preseason. When you got teams like Folsom, in our league that are, top teams we have the teams we have to beat. We haven't been able to do the last couple of years. We got to find a way to see that type of talent. So we try to play really good teams. Argyle's a real good team. We're going to have an opportunity to go out there and play in front of a lot of people in a playoff atmosphere. We're going to play Central East next week when they come back. They won the state last year, again from Fresno, trying to create a playoff atmosphere at home. We're going to travel down to Korean Lutheran. It's going to be a top 10, 15 team in the state. And the reason why we do those things is to win a state championship, you're going to have to travel if it's a NorCal game or down to the state. So we try to do a lot of the traveling and get safe for that. So if we do, our goal is to win state. If we get our chance and we'll do what we hope we do and get an opportunity for that, we feel we're preparing ourselves for that. But just basically trying to test ourselves and seeing where we're at. We want to win all 4 games, don't get me wrong, and we hope to, and that's our plan. But a lot of times you can go in those games and play good teams and learn a lot about your team. And I think that's what we do. It exposes where you're weak, where you're strong. You hope to get out of there with not too many injuries. But we're going to see in our preseason, I think 3 like Elite 11 quarterbacks before we get to league. And with our league, having good teams with Folsom, like we said earlier, but Granite Bay was in the finals last year. Rockland's been right in the mix. Del Oro in the past has been a really good, been really getting better. Jesuit, who they beat us last year, they're a real good team. Whitney, I mean, our league's really tough, so you got to be prepared. It's a weekend grind there, so we don't have an easy one on the docket. But like I said, I think it's the best thing. Our goal every year is to find the best version of ourselves, and we feel we got a really good team, and we feel with the teams we're playing and the league we're in, if we get an opportunity to get in the playoffs, I think we feel we can get together for a big run.
I love that. Hey, we want to go win state. Quote it here from Coach Taylor. Talking about, winning, being able to win state, what does that look like for you guys, for the coaching staff on the practice field and in the film room? Like, how do you guys improve throughout the course of the year?
Yeah, well, that's again, state's a big goal, team goal down the road. You can't just say, hey, that's what we want to do. Obviously, there's a lot to get there. We really focus on the process, and the process is every day showing up. We lift at PTC every morning, Monday through Thursday, 7 to 8 throughout the season. Obviously we have practices, we watch film. Everything's intentional. Everything's about getting better, putting ourselves in the right spot to make plays. If we don't make plays, we're going to correct it right now and get right back after it. And I think that's probably where we're at as coaches. We meet on the weekends. Every week's a little bit different. You're going to face some adversity in the year. There's going to be people that get hurt or banged up, and we can't have them for this sort of time. It always happens. So for us, it's about adjusting, next man up mentality. It's kind of those things. And sticking to the process, just believing that, hey, we take care of every play, work our butt off, do what we can every play. The outcome will take care of itself. And that's kind of what we focus on. And again, cut down on no excuses. Let's just take care of what we can control, the controllables. And we feel like I said, trying to find the best version of the team. If we can find that best version of the team with our experience in a tough preseason, tough league, we get into playoff games, we have a chance to win. I think last year's a great look at it where, we were hurt, banged up, probably weren't playing with our best football at the right time. And we played some power, Central Catholic and Grant, and we have to drive, 70, 80 yards to win a game in the fourth quarter. Okay. And we were able to do it, and I think that happens because a lot of the preseason stuff we were in, I look back to San Diego when we played Mission Hills, who had a Elite 11 quarterback that went to go to Penn State. We had a chance to win it, didn't do it, and then they went back and drove and put a field goal to put us away. So those are games you want to create those tough moments, and I think we learned from those. So then when we were in the situation in the playoffs, we were ready to go. We knew we could handle it, So I think that's what we try to do every year.
Hey, and you learn from your mistakes, as you were just saying. Learn from your mistakes. That's how you grow. That's how you improve. And that's how we get that. I mean, starting those 3 and really 4, starting on Friday, that is a tough preseason to get to league. What have you seen from this Chargers team, this 2026 varsity squad, that is different from years past?
Well, I think on paper it's probably one of the best since I've been here. We have a lot of returning talent. So we have, I believe, 7 sophomores that started as sophomores, now are seniors, and we have 6 juniors that started as sophomores. So we were really young the last couple of years, and now we got everybody here, and that's really good. But just because it's good on paper, don't mean it's going to be good on the field, So right. I think that's where we're at. I think they really love football. We got a lot of good leadership because of the guys coming up through. They love one another. They have great team chemistry. They do a lot together on and off the field. They know they're hard workers, and I think that's going to be the key for this team is just believing in one another, not getting selfish. Doesn't matter who scores. Doesn't matter how we pull it off. If we win 42-40 or we win 2-0, we just got to find a way to win each week. And I think that's going to be key for this team is just staying together, stay the course, believe in the process, listen to what your coaches are doing to you. Don't try to get too much. Don't get caught up in the recruiting and all the other things that can get you off. And stay focused. It's going to be 4 months. We hope 4 months, and stay focused for 4 months, and good things can happen.
Yes, sir. Hey, boys, if you're listening right now, stay locked in. It's 4 months. Come on now. Stay locked in. Hey, listen, we just had our Meet the Trojans event last Saturday. Community coming out, supporting us down in Town Center. Some call it the Disneyland of El Dorado Hills. What is that like, getting our community together? How does that improve the interior of the team and the boys, and of course the coaching staff as well?
Well, first off, you did a great job emceeing and getting that
Thank you,
going.
thank
So I
you.
appreciate your efforts. You've always been a great supporter, done a great job down there. But I think that's what it's all about. I really feel it's about community. I went to Oak Ridge here and graduated in '88, and now I'm back coaching here. But one of the main reasons I came back here was the community meant a lot to me. I was fortunate. My dad wasn't around too much, so it was the coaches here that got me through things, made it good. We had a lot of great people here when I grew up, had a great time, and so I want to come and give back, kind of my last chapter of my career. And I think that's where you got to build it. You got to build it 8 through 18. When people move to this community, and we want them all to enjoy the community, all work together, build one another up. We have a great junior program coming up with the cheer and the boys. Our band, our dance, all a big part of it. Now we got girls flag football.
Yeah.
To me, it's all one family under one umbrella. But it's really all about community. And I think one of the frustrating part of my job is we've lost some kids over the last few years of going somewhere else, and the community's not good enough for them. This is a great community,
It is.
best community I've been around, and I believe in it and love it. And I just really feel that as a community, we gotta really build in, give back. Especially like football, got to go to the games. We got to support one another, and we got to do it from 8 to 18. And when our kids leave our nest here to go to college or work or move out to do their jobs, they've got the skills to be there. And I think the more we can fight through some tough times or adversity or whatever it is, don't take the quick way out or this and that. We got to stay together. Once you're committed here, stay here and believe in the process, like I said. And I believe in El Dorado Hills, and I believe in Oak Ridge. It's been great for me, and I'd rather be no other place.
Yeah, and this is the only high school in El Dorado Hills, so it is a tight-knit community. My family calls it the bubble, El Dorado Hills, the bubble. We love it here. You said class of '88, alumni, Oak Ridge High School alumni, class of '88. What are those your playing years? What are some traditions that you've brought from your playing time as a Trojan to now the head football coach?
Great question. And '88 was a long time ago, Merce. Lots changed. Just the town in general. My first couple of years, we didn't have a home stadium.
Wow.
So we had to play at Ponderosa and El Dorado. And I'll tell you a weird one. My JV year, we played Ponderosa at Ponderosa it was our homecoming.
Oh, wow.
So it's kind of weird, you know what I'm saying? So that was really different. Just everything's changed. There was no Silva Valley Road. There was nothing. There was no Serrano. There was really none of that. I believe some things that really stayed packed was hard working. I think that's always been a part of it. Coach Harnden, the coach here, really implemented that. We're going to be hard workers. That's one thing we control is our effort, our hard work. You can't always control your skill level or your talent, but you can control your work ethic and your effort and your teamwork and everything together. So I think that's a big staple of Oak Ridge football. We work hard, but there's little things. Good one's the Axe. I don't know if you know this story about the Axe,
Okay, let's hear it.
But in '96, when I came back after college, we changed the uniforms a little bit more to implement the gold a little bit more than just the blue. So Coach Watson at the time, we really liked the Michigan colors. They were simple. They're navy and gold. Let's go back to that. But we really felt the Michigan helmet was what made the uniforms.
Okay.
So I got 3 blank helmets and I put axes on them, and that's how the Axe thing came. We forgot the gold Axe. So I made the original gold Axe that was on the helmet, and it's still there today. So it's pretty cool, But just little things like that. It's for me now being older and coming back. It's just very full circle, and there's kids on our team now that I coach their dad or are acquaintance with. So like I said, I feel very fortunate where I'm at. We have great tradition here, and we got to do a better job of getting our alumni back and getting more. And that's stuff like this we're doing here. I think is very important to get back to our community and our alumni. We're coming close to 50 years of Oak Ridge football here in the next 3 or 4 years. So we really want to kind of gear to where we can have a great celebration coming up. But like I said, I think everybody still talk to a lot of guys I went to high school with that played here. It was a big part of our life, and it means a lot to us. And we just hope we're doing a great job of giving back to our community and our kids.
Hey, I love it. Listen, you're one of the reasons that I'm in this position right now. I love it. I love it. Hey, thank you so much, Coach, for doing this. We're going out, TPSM Trojan Pride Sports Marketing. It'll be on our YouTube channel. Subscribe to that. Like if you want to see some more action from the two of us. Coach, thank you so much. Hey, let's get ready for Friday.
Hey, sounds good. Thanks, buddy. I'm proud of you. Keep working hard.
Hey, thank you. We'll see you soon. Go Trojans! As I always say, Murcielago del Dotto, signing out.